Hello everybody, my name is Stefan, aka BBoy Crazy, and the thing that you just saw walk across was my little doggy, Max. Anyway, today's first lesson is going to be about tutting, and what's saying tutting is basically making geometrical shapes like a square or a triangle, circle, geometric, like math. So, if you're not good at math, this is probably going to be a little hard for you to do, or if you don't know how to make a 90-degree angle, it's going to be a little hard for you to do. So I suggest that you learn how to do 90-degree angles right now if you don't. That way it's a whole lot easier for you to do. What you're going to want to do when you first learn how to tut, the most important rule to learning how to tut is basically learning how to practice. If you can practice, then you can do tutting. That's all dance is actually. Dance is nothing but practicing. So, to start off with tutting, we're going to start with basic movements this week. Later on, I'm going to upload some other tutting routines that you can learn. And then if you want to make your tutting look a little fancy, then I can make a video for that too before we move on to more complex things like finger tutting, which is this right there. So basic tutting is nothing but making right angles. So in order for you to get your right angles down, we're going to work on getting right angles down. First, I want you to take your left hand and put it out like this, like so, straight across. It should be horizontal. Now what you're going to do is bend your right hand down. After you have your right hand down, you're going to bend it up and then bend it back down. This right here is going to help you form your 90 degrees. It actually makes your arm strong. Your wrist part right there, it makes it strong for you to make perfect 90s. You should actually practice this when you're watching commercials because it gets a little boring while doing it. Now you can also go and take it to the left and then take it to the right. And this will help also. It actually helps making 90 degrees a lot better too. It's the same thing as doing up and down, except you're just going left to right, which works out your wrist a whole lot more. You should do that on both sides of your arms. And once you do that on both sides of your arms will actually be strong enough to do it. We can actually right now, tell you what, we'll go through and do that right now. Get your arms ready, and then I'll come back and post a second part to this video. That would actually help you get better at tutting and actually help you start making your own moves, because basically this is the theory of tutting. I'm not actually showing you how to tut because I want you to make your own moves. That way you're not a copycat and you're not copying other people's moves. So what you're going to do is put out both your left and your right hand. Now after your left and right hand are out, go down with both hands. Okay? Now go up and go back down. Up and down. We're just going to continue this motion. Do it about 10 times or until you feel comfortable with it. After you feel comfortable with it, then go up to the top and we're going to go left. Now after you go left, then you go right. And we're just going to do it this way. This is going to help your wrist. Make sure while you're doing this that you keep your hands, that way keep your hands closed. Not open, but closed. Because tutting is all about perfection with your moves. And if your hands are like this, tutting, it looks like you're trying to slap somebody. That's what it looks like. So, tutting, remember, your hands are always closed. When you're trying to be fancy with it, your hands will be open, but we'll talk about that later. And there's a whole different theory for that. Tutting originated from King Tut. I told you I was going to teach you a little about tutting too, as well. Tutting originated from King Tut about the 1960s. It's a basic style of the Egyptians, because the Egyptians were on the walls. They were on the walls, so that's where tutting originated from. But basically, for this lesson, we're just going to get your wrist strong enough to do tutting, and then next lesson, I'm going to come back and actually show you some tutting basic styles of tutting. That way you're ready to do complicated stuff like that right there. So what you want to do this week or until the next video comes out, Max, sorry, my dog. If I have time, I go back and edit it, but for the time being. But what's the name? What you want to do for until the next video comes out, just practice going up and down, to the left and to the right on both hands. Also, what you want to make sure is that you're making perfect 90s. That you're making perfect 90s with your hands, because if you're not making a 90 with your hand and it looks like this, that is not tutting. That's like a dead fish almost. That right there is dead fish. Also, what you want to remember in tutting, you never want to have your hand down like this, because this right here looks ugly and you're not making a 90 whatsoever. That is not a 90 when you do that. And for right now, we're just going to worry about your wrists and your hands. But when you're doing tutting, you're supposed to also have a 90 with your arm. Your arm is supposed to be 90 unless if you're like this, with your arm straight out. But for the basics, we're going to just learn how to do this. So before I end the video, let's go through this one time. Raise your left hand up, have it straight out, go down, up, down, up, down, up. Now turn it to the left, face palm up. Ready? Right, left, right, left, right, left. Okay? Put that hand out. Now we're going to do it with your right hand. We're going to go up, down, up, down, up, down. And do the same thing with like what you did with your left hand. Turn it to the right, have your face palm up. Then go left, right, left, right, left, right. For some of y'all that will get this down very easily, there's a routine that you can try to learn right now if you want to, or you can just wait until the next video comes out. But I gladly show you how to do it. This is called basic tutting. This is actually what I've actually made up. You start with the basic position that all tutting starts with. Tutting will either start with the praying position, Our Father, anyway, the praying position, or it will start with the standing position. This right here. Praying, standing. And what you're going to do is you're going to go right, left, and both of your arms are going to touch. So you're going to right, left, both arms touch. You have a helicopter. Then you go out, hand down, praying. So right, left. You go out, don't go down, go out, then go down, then down, and pray. But like I said, I'm going to be teaching you that on the next one, along with some more complicated tutting, and actually give you a whole better round perspective of what tutting actually is. So you can actually come out and you can be looking cool with your tutting, and you can like, stuff like that. And you can stack your fingers tutting. So until next time, just practice with your wrist movements, and we'll work from there. Catch you later. This is Stefan, aka BBoy Crazy. I'm signing out.
Above all wealth and treasure.